For today, lots of sunshine, a slight chance of a shower or storm, a high this afternoon into the upper 90s with a heat index near 105. Chance of a few showers or storms tonight, low 70s, and another round of scattered showers and storms on Tuesday. High will be right around the upper 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
There's only one Razorback. Isn't it the greatest mascot of all time?
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric, starting 40, 45 hours a week, anywhere from $20 to $28 an hour, depending on the experience.
Yeah, that's all correct. We offer competitive pay. We have 6 paid major holidays. I'm working on some other benefits to go with those for my current employees and future employees. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 12 days. Razorback football begins in 12 days.
A lot of talk about, year 2 under Bobby. I guess maybe year 6 under you doesn't sound quite as exciting to the eye, but I guess have you learned anything that I guess sorry.
Was there a question in there?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the hell are we doing?
Sorry. I guess is there anything new that you've learned about yourself that you're looking to take into this year? I guess I should just lead with that.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
All right, so have you learned anything heading into year 22? Because it's year 22, right? Or is it year 21?
Started in 04. I'm starting year 22.
Okay, starting year 20.
Later this month.
Have you learned anything in 21 years?
Oh, I've learned a lot.
Have you learned a lot?
I've learned a lot of stuff.
That was Sam Pittman, of course. You recognize that name. Some of you don't recognize the voice. That's Daniel Shee, who's a senior at the University of Arkansas, covers the Hogs. Put himself in a bad situation.
Are you trying to humiliate the young man?
No, it's
here?
just
What
like
are you doing?
it's just like one of those
What are you
things
doing,
where it's
calling
fun.
him out by name?
But that's his name. I get called out by name all the time. That's his name. Listen.
Yeah, but you're a professional.
No one identifies me as a professional. I don't think anyone does that. But I think Sam Pittman's just tired of answering questions. That's the whole premise of putting that in the open. I'm tired of asking questions. I'm tired of just assuming this good about the football team, assuming this bad. We're just ready to play. We finally have college football back this week, thank goodness, even if it is appetizers, if you will. The real thing gets going next week. This is the final week without Arkansas football till the end of November, which we can definitively say, which is nice. Hopefully there'll be a bowl game after that. But after this week,
I mean, everybody's locked in, right?
Yes. After this week, we can actually,
Eyes on the ball? You got your eyes on the ball?
Hopefully. I'm in year 8. You're in year 22 or heading into year 22. So after.
Well, 22 here. I mean, this isn't like my first job,
I think most people know that, but you're at the company, which is what I was referring to, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like you're 34 altogether. So, I mean,
I think I'm like 12.
Yeah.
But we learn things from time to time, and I think Sam Pittman just wants to play football, as do we all. We just want to see football in front of us. That's not a hot take here on a Hot Take Monday.
Get to watch a little bit this weekend. So, like you said, Farmageddon. Who came up with that?
I don't know, but I'd like to go to Ames or Manhattan to watch that game because apparently it's a lot of fun. Apparently it's a pretty fun little rivalry game. Now, I don't think it's going to reach the heights of Ohio State, Michigan, and Alabama and Auburn.
I wouldn't mind going to Dublin, Ireland to watch it.
So where it's at this week.
Check out some pubs or something. But Hot Take Monday. I think you're right. Everybody's just tired of hitting each other, tired of the heat, tired of no rain.
We're tired of hitting
tired of all of it.
We just want to hit somebody else.
Tired of school traffic already. Just tired. Just tired here on a Monday. Hot Take Monday brought to you by our good friends at Bet Saracen. Use the promo code WELCOME. If you haven't downloaded the Bet Saracen app, do that now as we start the year. There's you something to sink your teeth into. And when you use the promo code WELCOME, after your first $25 bet, they're going to load up $125 in credit in your account for new customers. That's Bet Saracen, Arkansas's favorite sports betting app. Promo code WELCOME for $125 in bonus bets.
HR guy already wants to talk about the putt.
Can you believe what you just saw?
When I say putt, I meant chip. How about that birdie from Scheffler this weekend on 17?
Yeah, he tracked McIntyre down. I mean, he's already guaranteed $5 million at East Lakes next week in the FedEx Championship. But he, what was he, 4 back coming into Sunday on McIntyre, and he did what Tiger did. He'd stalked down his prey even without a 54-hole lead, and it's another check mark in the correct column for the world's number one, becoming the most dominant figure on tour since Tiger Woods.
I keep seeing these comparisons that Scotty is winning a certain amount or threshold or all these different rankings, and he's getting close in terms of certain things. Obviously, he's got a long way to go majors-wise, but there's really no one outside of Tiger Woods that you can put him in a category with in the current landscape of golf.
Tiger's the gold standard. You know, Jack was the gold standard until Tiger came along and at least challenged that. He didn't, surpass everything. So, I mean, it's natural to compare Scotty Scheffler, who doesn't have the flair and the pizzazz and the personality of Tiger Woods, but certainly is slowly mounting some of those same accolades. He's got a long ways to go to catch 80 tour victories and, even the 15 majors.
He's not that old. He's in his
20s.
Yeah, his 20s. So he's
27
still
or 8.
He's
behind pace on where Tiger was at this point. But, I think these guys are in so much better physical condition. They can play more competitively into their 40s. So his window's a long ways from closing.
What is the golf, not wheelhouse, but prime? What is someone's golf prime?
Mid-20s to early 30s.
Early 30s. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool also dynamic with Scheffler and McIntyre, being that the Ryder Cup's also around the corner.
Let me back up and re-answer. Traditionally, it's been mid-20s to early 30s when you look at when all the greats have won their majors. I think that window's widening and shifting a little bit just because of equipment and because of training and because of analytics. They're more competitive into their late 30s and even early 40s.
So like Monte Harrison, who's 30 now.
Yes.
He's in his prime.
Just turned 30.
Who apparently, again, he's developed a connection with KJ Jackson. Apparently had a good scrimmage on Saturday as well. We'll get into some of what Sam Pittman said in addition to that. But I had wondered what kind of impact he would have this upcoming season, at least from a second team standpoint with KJ. They've had that connection, but hopefully it looked like he had a long touchdown pass that he caught from Talon as well. So maybe he can inch into in the 2 deep, and because last year he was just used primarily as a blocking wide receiver. I'm wondering how much of an impact if they send him on not just a block, but actually routes and stuff. What kind of impact he can have is now again a 30-year-old,
same age as you.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
How does that make you feel? You couldn't
that
make
I
it
could
through
still
one
get
practice.
that I could still get out there.
No, you could not.
Man, it's been a
I'm
while.
not sure you'd make it through stretch.
I haven't put on pads because I didn't play high school. I haven't put on pads football-wise since the 8th grade. Now, we did like what most ruffians and dumb teenagers do. We played tackle football without pads and just goofing around and stuff, but I have not put on pads since and I know that probably surprises you that I haven't done that, but it's been a while.
Well, tells you how hard he works to stay in shape, to be competitive with players 10 years younger than him.
Yeah.
And remain competitive.
Yeah.
So.
You got high school football that is you got the jamborees and stuff this week,
You got
and then next
benefit games this week. A lot of them begin tomorrow. A few things going on, different levels, but Tuesday and Thursday are big days for that around our state, and then next week on the 29th, week 0 kicks off. There might be a game or two, a day or two ahead of that, but most everybody's playing on the 29th. Can't think of there's very few schools that aren't.
So we've talked about the marquee SEC games that like you think about Alabama and Florida State. You've got Tennessee playing Syracuse. You've got Texas and Ohio State. Some big time games that you have in Auburn and Baylor. There's some big time like Arkansas high schools versus some other out of state high schools, right? Like Bentonville plays an out-of-state program, if I remember that. You know more than I would.
I don't have that schedule in front of me, but I do know Broken Arrow plays at Springdale Harbor. They'll kick off a new regime, new era with Coach Danaher there. So, yeah, I mean, you're right, and I don't have that list right in front of me, but there are always programs that come in. Tulsa Union and Bentonville have played in the past. They've went up to Kansas City. But yes, there'll be programs come in, and then also teams from Central Arkansas will come to Northwest Arkansas and vice versa to play as well in these first 4 weeks.
So this is where we were talking about this at the Monster Burger Contest football trip a lifetime. We'll discuss coming up. Do you have one last set of stuff post this weekend that you've got planned, or is it just a relaxed week? I didn't do anything this weekend because I know that this weekend I'll be in Santa Rosa, and after that it's football for the next 14 straight weeks or whatever.
Hang on, I thought you were locked in. I thought you had your eye on the ball.
I am locked in. I'm going to be
you're going to the beach?
Working on vacation days on Thursday.
You're doing the show?
I'm not doing the show, but I'm going to be doing some other stuff to get ready for this this upcoming year.
Big C, didn't he say he had his eye on the ball? I don't think you can have your eye on the ball at the beach.
It's beach ball.
Yeah,
the
beach ball.
Okay.
The beach ball that's going to be whacked up and down or whatever. And I
didn't convince me. He was
I'm always locked in.
I'll be working.
I'm always locked in.
At Santa Rosa Beach.
As best one could on a beach, lined up somewhere and everything else. Now imagine being in this situation where there's all these different like SEC people in the Redneck River era, and everyone just looks down upon you because you have a Razorback emblem. Because you compare to one another based on your football program during football season. There's going to be a lot of people looking down and saying, y'all aren't going to be good. I hope this team shuts them up.
Better not be a Tennessee, Auburn, or Mississippi State fan.
Well, you'll run into that. Are you gonna bring your Razorback flag and post it on the beach?
It's I've got Razorback stuff that's packed, and I'm already packed.
Someone's got to have like a real flag you plant in the beach.
In the beach, just somewhere. There. Okay, all right, we can
to
do
the
that.
Redneck Riviera.
We'll pack it. All right, so everyone has their opinion about where Razorback football, what it's supposed to be or what it is. I was listening to Chad Withrow and Jonathan Hudden and Josh Pate. They had two guys work for Outkick. Josh is doing a bunch of things now, and just kind of their thoughts on where Arkansas is, and I want to get into it here in our opening drive.
I hate to be the guy that squashes dreams for people, and I don't want to limit someone's potential or what they feel like they could be. You have a high school guidance counselor, and they tell you, maybe you're not going to be a nuclear physicist. Maybe you're not going to be president one day. The world needs ditch diggers too. That's the talk I want to have with Arkansas fans. You're fine going 8-4. It is totally acceptable to be happy with 8-4 and the occasional 9-3. You are not a championship program. You're never going to be a championship program in this conference. Lower your goals. I want to be the high school guidance counselor for Razorback fans everywhere and tell them, lower your expectations.
Learn a trade.
Yes.
This is the opening drive.
So kind of a couple things. Chad's a notorious Tennessee homer who Arkansas's beaten 5 of the last 6 times. Just want to add that in there.
Well, first of all, he has no clue. Because no one here is got loftier goals of beyond 9 wins every now and then.
That's kind of what, because what is 9 wins?
What the hell is he even talking about?
That's what I was going to get into. Is 9 wins?
We would die for 8-4 this year.
Yeah,
there are no Chad. There's no one out here thinking this is a 10-2 program, buddy. You have it all wrong.
I think that to your point, like if they go 9,
where is he coming from?
If they go 9-3, that is a possible. You're at least in the college football playoff discussion, which, by the way,
I mean, we need to find a bronze mine or something to build the statue for Sam Pittman if they go 9-3.
Which people after 2021 were ecstatic when they went 8-4 in the regular season. I was too. I was pumped.
I don't know what he's talking about there or who he has our program confused with. I'm not saying there's not some fringe lunatics, but do you hear anyone that thinks this is a 9 or 10 win program on a regular basis?
That would be a hot take here on a Hot Take Monday, correct?
I don't know who he was trying to entertain with that.
We've had as many 10, 11 win seasons as Tennessee has probably within the last 20 years.
You could remind him of how that series has went as of late.
5 of 6.
I don't think he's on point.
He's getting a text later today.
I don't think he is on point in any way, shape, or form about the way our fan base, in the vast majority, views this program.
Well, we had
I wish we could, with some legitimacy, say, hey, we ought to win 9 this year. But no one legitimate saying that.
So we had James Rouse on.
Bad take.
Last time that Arkansas has won some conference championships, James was on the team, of course, with Quinn Grovey. He get to hear during the Arkansas radio broadcast. And obviously that was late 80s relative to what it is in 2025. I think goals have been lowered. That is not an inaccurate take, right? Our goals as fans have been lowered.
They've been recalibrated.
Recalibrated.
That sounds better.
Is that a better?
Lowered sounds like we're settling for something.
Recalibrated
We've
sounds better.
Recalibrated our expectations.
2-10 back-to-back seasons.
I think and what I would say to that,
this recalibration brought to you by Chad Morris.
Yeah,
left lane, hammer down.
Is the thing is with the college football playoff moving to 12 teams, which by the way, did you see what the Big Ten's wanting to do? Reportedly, moved to like 18 to 24 teams in the college football playoff, which I know you'd be
not going to happen.
You're a big fan of and everything else, but you think about the teams that Arkansas has had that were successful, like the '98 team might have been a college football playoff team. The 2002 team, 2006, 2010, and 2011 definitely Ryan's year and Tyler's year. Those both teams are going to the college football playoff.
And depending on how big it was, even in 7, you made the Cotton Bowl, played Missouri, got beat.
Well, you're 8-4. You're not going to the playoff.
Well, I mean, if you expand this thing out to how many teams you say? 18, 24 teams. There's going to be 8-4 teams in there for power conference.
Well, and the point I'm kind of getting at this morning is
there
like
will be.
To shoot for 8-4, 9-3, and I don't want to. For anyone that thinks that this team could win an SEC championship or get bad, I'm not trying to stomp on your feelings or anything this morning. But that to me is successful for Arkansas football from here on out. I don't see, because of how the college football playoff and everything is structured. Now for LSU, for Alabama, for Georgia, for some of these other, Ohio State, some of these other premier programs, that's not. But with how your best teams that you've had that I just listed out in the last 20 years, those teams would have gone to the college football playoff. And those were, again, not elite, not championship teams, but really good to great teams. If you get a team like that again, you will be in the college football playoff, even though you're shooting for a lesser mark. What's
the common tie, though, with a lot of those teams you listed that would have probably been in the conversation for a current day playoff if it happened in those years? Let's go. Hell, let's just go back to Sam's year in 21 at 90.
Are you getting at the in-state talent or what?
Why did that team win 9 games in 21?
Older players.
Well, one player.
Oh, Traylon.
Yeah, Burks, right? Burks was what? A first-round draft choice, an NFL player. What do all those teams? Most of those teams you just listed had what? NFL players.
Matt, Darren. I don't know who's on. Where was Brandon taken for the Colts? Is he first round? I can't remember.
3rd round, I believe.
Okay.
But point is, NFL players. All right, look at this team this year. See any NFL players lurking around?
Yeah, not necessarily first round. You've got some NFL guys on the roster.
But top end, first 2 days, NFL players?
Probably not.
Why did they win 9 games again in 21? They had a first round wide receiver.
Yeah, Traylon Burks.
Yeah, and a decent enough quarterback to get it to him.
Speaking of Arkansas draft picks, is anyone kind of confused? I guess not confused. Isaac Tesla's having a really good preseason. As soon as I watch him play, does that make you kind of irritated and frustrated that we didn't utilize him more last season, or is it just like a usage? I mean, when you're watching preseason is different than the NFL season. I realize that, and I don't know if he's going to, it's what, Jamison Williams, Ron St. Brown, and then I think Tim Patrick's their wide receiver 3. Maybe he doesn't play a lot for the Lions and Brad Holmes this year and Dan Campbell. But as I'm watching him have a lot of success in preseason, I'm wondering myself, why didn't we throw him the ball more?
I'd like to go back and watch film and see if he was like really wide open on a lot of plays, because that seemed to be the issue, is he wasn't getting open.
Hang on, didn't Armstrong catch like 1,100 yards last year?
Yeah.
I mean, there's your answer, guys. I mean, you had a quarterback that
just threw
locked in on one guy.
Armstrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was like 1,100. Wasn't it like 1,124 yards?
He busted 1,000. I don't know if it was over 1,100. He busted
1,000 yards. I mean, 1,000-yard season as a receiver,
6 times
noteworthy
in Razorback history.
Yeah,
Do you think it's that simple? It's just Taylor didn't throw him. He just threw it to Armstrong. Okay.
Yep. That's what I think. Ty, what do you think?
I think that as I'm watching him have success, that is definitely a huge element to it. But I just wonder if they would have targeted more. And to Christian's point, was he open on a lot of different plays? I guess you just got to go back and watch film, which I'm an avid film watcher like Zach.
But he could catch really good.
You and Zach sit around with a cowboy and fight over it, right? So you get the clicker, you know.
Speaking of Zach, Justin from the 870, hot take, Arkansas heads into the game against Notre Dame 4-0. Lane Whiffen has not fared well against Pittman with a first-year quarterback, and no way the Ole Miss defensive line doesn't take a step back. The offensive Arkansas offensive line will take a step forward. Again,
you take Kiffin, 4-1 right now by any way you want to come up with 4-1, you take it right now.
Kiffin is 3-2 against Pittman, and most of those games, and all of those games, with the exception of last year, have been close. Arkansas got the best of them in 22, but they did lose a lot on that defensive line. They had a lot of transfers that are now gone. Kiffin is early in week 3. That's true too, Christian. Apparently. Dude, the defensive tackle position, if you want to get worried about one position group or even with like a smaller portion of a position group, it's the defensive tackle. Arkansas is listening to Pittman talk about, he did not seem confident in that one little group. But you do have a quarterback that I think he's a lot more confident in than what Lane Kiffin would say on that. Is there any way that could happen? It's not necessarily probable, but can you fathom this team be 4-0 heading into Notre Dame?
I can. Yes, you only have to upset one team to do it. I mean,
you don't think Memphis is going to be favored?
No. No.
But I kind of feel like you do, Ty. It's hard for me to picture us winning both, like going to Ole Miss and winning, and then going to Memphis and winning. I think we're either going to get one or the other. I
do too.
But I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, you got to pull up one upset to make that a reality. Again, we'd all cash a ticket right now for 4-1 heading into the bye week. So, all right, that's your opening drive this morning. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. Fort Smith location also open in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, right across from the courthouse. Jackie can put her 13 years of experience to work for you in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, whether it's family law, whether it's a contract issue, maybe you've been involved in a wreck and you need help with the insurance company. They deal with all of those things, slip and fall cases, work injury, dog bite cases. I mean, anything you might be challenged with, they can come to the plate for you, both in Arkansas and Oklahoma again. And they also understand that not everybody's got $5,000 laying around for a retainer, so they make it easy to understand with flat fees, affordable down payments, and monthly payments that you can afford as well. 479-769-1505, 769-1505, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
Sean texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. At first, I was just happy for Tesla. The more I see him perform in the game, the angrier I get. He wasn't throwing the ball more. Another text in from John at Mount Home. He says that's exactly why Luke has transferred out this past season.
Yeah. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, it is a must for the season. If you're traveling or going anywhere, you can always take us on the go with you. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. I was on the Hit That Line Now app early this morning watching Sam Pittman's press conference on the Hit That Line Now app. You can do the same anytime and watch this show live, the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Hog Update coming up. We'll get to that when we return.
I mean, there's a better part of 2 hours on sports radio getting after me because I mispronounced the quarterback's name. And like I told Taylon Green, that was me being genuine. He's a heck of a player. He's a great player, great quarterback. And by no means was I being disrespectful to him.
This is the Morning Rush.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, 5,000 thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together, because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Got a little jingle.
Greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport, because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
All the time he loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
We had Scott Starsick kick in front of the Chancellor. 2 kicks in front of the Chancellor. 2 55-yarders. He made one, missed one.
Could you hit a 35-yarder in front
No.
of Chancellor Robinson?
No.
I think I could hit it 30. I used to be able to kick a 35-yard field goal. I don't think I could do that anymore. But that is going to be Arkansas's newest kicker this fall. And a little pressure.
And the Chancellor would have nothing to do with why I couldn't do it.
You just couldn't do it.
I never
physically.
kicked a football.
I would think kicking in front of Sam Pittman
No, I mean,
would be more
No.
nerve-wracking than the Chancellor.
Just Sam Pittman standing right next to him. We used to do these drills back in high school where you'd run suicides if you miss free throws, and you'd have like an upperclassman sit right next to you on the free throw line, and if you missed it, you had to run, and all the older guys hated you. But if you made it, you were their friend for a little bit until someone else missed, and you had to run again. But he's going to be the guy. I know Sam Pittman talking about, again, the issues from last year to this year and kind of what they're trying to do and get better on and everything else. And he really mentioned the problems being the kicking game and then the turnovers.
What was our main problem? We got to hold on to the ball and got to get more turnovers and make field goals when we need to make field goals. And we've got a lot of other stuff to work on as well. But I think the format of practice and the way we're doing it and the physicality and all that is working for us.
So last year, between Shipley and Ramsey, and I might have that they were 17 of 24, hovering around 70%. You're hoping that Starzik is a little better than that. And then you're one of the bottom teams in the Southeastern Conference and in NCAA in both forcing turnovers and the amount of turnovers that you've coughed up. Tommy, I don't know how many times we've heard that from position coaches, players, head coach, coordinators of how important, again, the turnover battle is. Most times, when you look up and down the teams, like top ones in college football, and now there are rare exceptions, but the teams with the highest turnover differential are usually in the top 15, top 25.
Turnovers are what? Mistakes. When you turn the ball over and you commit mistakes, you generally lose. If you capitalize and flip field position and get them in, it's the most important stat usually in football because it's directly correlated to scoring. So, yeah, I mean, if you're not going to, you got to have a defense that looks for them and tries to create the turnovers, disguises coverages to create interceptions, that rips and tries to dig the ball out to create, forced fumbles. You got to be aggressive in that way. And, you got to be an offense also as a team because what really, boils it down a lot of times is your net turnover ratio. And you've got to have an offense and a quarterback that takes care of the ball. That's what Arkansas did a little bit last year was they created some turnovers, but as we pointed out, they were really consolidated 2 games against 2 of your lesser conference opponents on your roster or on your schedule rather.
Keeping your Hogged update going, I saw John Daly II fell in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Ended up, he birdied the final hole, and then his opponent
he was one down going into the final hole, needed to win that hole to go to a 19th hole, and put the pressure on him, but in the end, he matched him.
Yeah. I climbed, listen to this, I saw this in the notes that were sent, climbed up 314 spots. He's 121st in the world amateur golf rankings. So,
big confidence booster. Get to the final 8 of this event. U.S. Amateur is one of the top 10 golf events of the year, and I'm including pros and everything that happens here. So to be at that point, you are, you're on track to have a great pro career, and I expect him not only to catapult off this, but you're going to see big things out of him on the weekends as well.
Saw last night the Arkansas Razorback soccer team tied Notre Dame.
Dangerous back pass. Picked up.
Yeah.
I played soccer, but I still hate ties. I just think it's one of those things that should be eliminated in sports altogether. There was a penalty kick late.
They had a handball in the box, and they got that kick that tied it. Now I'm with you. I go to penalty kicks. I think that's one of the most exhilarating moments in sports is penalty kicks in soccer.
Notre Dame's number 2 in the country. Arkansas is number 6. They fell earlier in the week to Iowa, but tied the Fighting Irish last night. So cool to see. Almost 3,000 people at Razorback Field last night. So pretty cool
now,
to see.
0-1-1 on the year. So
0-1-1 on the year. Hopefully, they're again as highly. Colby Hales talked about them before the season. Don't pay too much attention to the preseason rankings. Hopefully, they're in for another great year, which they've had lately under Coach Hale. And then also want to remind everyone, last thing here, hog update. Isaiah's Fort Smith camp is this Saturday at Fort Smith Northside. He was just in Little Rock for that, and now he's got his camp this Saturday. Tommy,
yeah, is that sold out? Do we know?
Yes, it's sold out. I know. Him and Derek, his dad, were talking about like if push comes to shove, they can make something happen. You've got 2 different sessions. One's for the 69-year-olds from 9 to 12, and the other's from 10 to 14-year-olds is from 2 to 5:30. So you've got kind of two different age groups this Saturday.
Saw Isaiah this past week. Anyway, he was at the golf course and playing with our buddy Pat Hansen over at the Golf Nut and his family. So he is enjoying a little bit of time off after a championship season. So good to see him. I know this camp will be one of his favorite days.
All right, that is your hog update this morning. Always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
All right, our Morning Rush daily question brought to you by CarPass Socials coming up. You can get in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline for your thoughts and reactions. That question's on the way, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
All right, we got that. We also need to recap what happened in the football trip of a lifetime contest. We've got 2 repeat winners. We got one back-to-back-to-back, and then also a guy that went back-to-back as well. All that's coming up on a Hot Take Monday. Stay with us here on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes. That's not me.
This is the Morning Rush.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother. They're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more. Beef. It's What's for Dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef. It's What's for Dinner.
This is former Arkansas Razorback and current OKC Thunder guard Isaiah Joe, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com. Automotive.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Pat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarPatSocial.com.
Careful. Can you believe what you just saw? Bobby Metcalf. Incredible stuff from world number one. And you just shake your head at what you're watching right now during this era.
81-foot chip on the 17th hole yesterday at the BMW Championship. Scotty Scheffler goes on to win the event, headed into Atlanta to East Lakes and the finals of the FedEx playoffs. Here's the Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPass Social. Is Scotty Scheffler currently the most dominating professional athlete on the planet? And what I mean by that, the way he's dominating golf, is anyone else dominating their sport the way he is his sport? Because right now, I can't really think of anyone. And I know it's an individual sport versus a team sport. But he seems to be a lap ahead of everyone right now. Doesn't mean he wins every event, but he competes at every event. He wins that, and he's pulling away as we head into the finales of the FedEx Championship. Guys, is he the most dominating athlete on the planet right now?
Christian, I know you're itching to answer this. Go ahead.
I'd put him just ahead of Caitlin Clark in her sport, and she's been kind of
injured. She's been injured.
Yeah, but when maybe not statistically dominating, but I guess she's dominating the headlines right now more than anything. I mean, but we know what she's capable of. We've seen her do it. Scheffler's dominating in just every way in golf right now.
Can you include coaches on this, or is it just athletes?
Well, if you want to include a coach.
Because you lost Saban, Belichick's coach in college, Mahomes just lost last year. You don't have a college quarterback like Tebow. I don't think there's like a definitive NBA alpha player. There's a bunch of really good guys. There's no dominant college basketball coach that you just like far and away is the best. I don't even know if you can pick out one in baseball, and college baseball is kind of muddied.
And I think it's hard with team sports, maybe tennis and was it Nikola Jokic might be someone you would throw in there, and more of an individual sport. Boxing doesn't really have a dominant figure right now. I'm not up on MMA. Maybe I'll know someone there. I don't know.
Not my forte.
But this guy, when he's not winning, he's right there on their heels.
I'm just going down by like sport, professional, collegiate, and then thinking about coaches and players. And I don't know if anyone measures up. One of the guys that I wrote down.
Anyone in racing, you could. That is a team sport to a degree because you got pit crews and mechanics and all those things. But you got a driver that you focus on. There's not a jockey in horse racing or a horse in horse racing right now. I think right now, just in the snapshot of our global athletic society or community, Scotty Scheffler's as dominant as anyone.
And I don't know enough about tennis to pick out and select a player on the men or women's side. You would have said Serena Williams back in the day, but now, again, things have changed. One of the names I did write down, and his team's not winning, but he has been unbelievable this season, is Paul Skeens. I don't know what he's going to when you just look at his numbers and the amount of wins he should have versus the wins he does have, it's so tough for Phil and other Pirates fans to stomach the idea that one of the best players in baseball, one of the best pitchers in baseball is on your team, and you still can't win with the stuff he's doing right now. So I would, in terms of individual dominance, Skeens has been awesome. He just hasn't won games because his team's not any good. They can't hit the baseball. Back
to Scheffler, that was a long putt or long chip across the green that had to go down a final plateau to the hole and picked up speed. Little bump and run shot. And as it went in, as it crept into the hole, it wasn't like Tiger's that just sat on the edge and then took the final half roll. Mm-hmm. It securely landed in the cup, but it was running out of steam as it got to the edge of the cup. But when it went in, he just kind of gave a little baby fist pump and just nonchalant sashayed his way across the green 80 feet, picked the ball out of the hole, and went on to the 18th. It was not a fist pump run around the green moment for him at all. Very, very subdued in the celebration with that. And he still had one hole to play, and he knew that.
Yeah,
so
that was he was trying to probably keep his composure because he knew he had one just yet.
But if Tiger's in that moment, Tiger does that back in the heyday, I think you're going to see a lot more emotion than what Scheffler showed, which is what makes him different.
No question. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question. The number one place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas is Christian Olson and Nate Gearhand's place, 122 Great Place in Lowell. Stop by and see them. You can go to cartpasssocial.com. Check out their Facebook. Check out their Instagram. It's BYOB always at Cart Pass Social. Team building exercise, corporate events, just to hang out, lawn lunch, Cart Pass Social. It's easy when it's hot outside, air conditioned, and you can still have fun and play one over 1,000 different golf courses. cartpasssocial.com. All right, so we were at the football trip of a lifetime contest with Hardee's this past weekend. I had to leave at the tail end of it. We got to give congratulations to Greenwood Bulldog Cody Taylor, who's won back-to-back contest.
A little bit
he
of
is a senior. I did confirm. He's
a
senior this year.
He has exhausted his eligibility.
I think he's committed to Charlotte, I was told.
Correct. Yeah, he was wearing a Charlotte hat at the contest. And also Tyler Spears, who is a big-time Cowboys fan. He won as well. So you got back-to-back champion and a back-to-back champion. So congrats to both those guys.
Yep, and thanks to Hardee's for putting that on. Had a lot of fun doing that. Again, it's our 20th year. Hard to believe, there's very few radio promotions that make it 20 consecutive years, and that's been a dandy for us. The Monster Burger eating contest in the books for 2025.
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, so on the subject of football, let's come back to what happened in Fayetteville this week in scrimmage. I know I was wondering when Sam Pittman was talking about Xavier Sorey and kind of his status and everything else. Personally, I think he's the best player on your team. Here's what Coach had to say about Xavier.
He's had a procedure that we need to set him. We have to for about 5 days so the medication can work on him. It'd be different if we didn't know him and all those things, but he'll have every bit of a week to 8 or 9 days of full go before we play A&M. So we just made that decision to help him a little bit and get him fixed. And when you make that decision, you got to shut him down for a minute.
So it's not like major or anything else, but that is in my opinion, your best player. And that includes Taylor Green on that. So hopefully this is not lingering or anything else, but just an update on your linebacker.
Yeah. So, Sorey down a few days doesn't sound like it's anything that's, overly concerning at this point. He even talked about Mike Washington. They'd seen enough of him in practice and just pulled him and put Braylon in a little bit more that, hey, there's nothing left to prove. You're the guy. So, you're at that point in camp where you're trying to separate position battles, clearly define ones versus twos, and I think a lot of it's that way. And why risk somebody getting hurt in a scrimmage?
Yep.
And he spoke to that even, like I said, with Mike Washington on Saturday as well.
Other kind of injury talk. I know defensive line is something I brought up earlier. They seem to be really thin on the inside. Just listening to Coach Pittman, here's what he said when he talked more about that.
Amen. We're thin. Hell yeah, sure do. May have to look at somebody else. We'll figure that out by Monday, but we believe in our young freshmen. We do. Whether they're ready or not right now, we've got to go have an honest conversation about that, which we already have. So we need another big over there and a guy that's a veteran, so we'll have to figure that one out between now and Monday.
I think that's a position group where we wondered about in the offseason. It's 12 days out. There's still a lot that can happen before the season, obviously when the season begins. But when you have your head coach saying, yeah, we're thin, that's concerning considering what the SEC is in terms of physicality, the running, and everything else that you're going to face this upcoming
Walmart
season.
Special thin, blue light special.
That still cracks
That was Kmart, wasn't it?
No,
Kmart did the blue light special, right?
You're right, but he said Walmart.
Yeah.
I think you're accurate on that.
Well, and that's a place on your team where you need to have enough guys to rotate through. So, a little bit concerning that they're maybe searching around that roster to figure out some guys to create some depth at this point. At a point, he talked about grandfathering in the 105 and the guys that are there, but you're going to be at a point soon where you're trimming a little bit off the roster. And I know I'm not completely clear on how all that works. I know some guys get to stay this year, but moving forward in the future, you won't have that luxury like you will with maybe one or two guys this year.
And we'll catch up with Tom Murphy tomorrow, kind of get his thoughts on what Sam Pittman had to say today. So Sam's schedule this week, he's got Sam Pittman live on Wednesday. He's at the Little Rock Touchdown Club today. I think I got to go back and look there. He might meet one more time with the media.
He has also got the Northwest Arkansas Sports Club with Whole Hog that he's doing as well this week. So
a lot of media availability.
That's this week.
But as we talked about at the kind of the front of the show, I think he's ready to actually. We think as fans, we think as radio people that we're ready for the season. We're ready to stop talking to actually get Tommy the guys in that locker room, football players and coaches. If we think that we are ready for the season, you can amplify that times like 1,000 for what they want to actually do.
It's cliche. It's something we say this time of the year. What we're tired of is having conversations without a new set of facts. And the only new sets of facts you get generally aren't good this time of the year because the things that change the narrative are injuries.
And bad, yeah.
Yeah, so there's generally nothing positive that's new that comes out of this.
What you have said several times when I brought up like a positive point for a coach or a player or position coaches, let's just wait and see. Which I think when you hear it, I don't disagree with that. When you hear anything positive, I think we as pessimists are like, okay, you can say that, but I actually want to see it on September the 13th when they play Ole Miss or another SEC opponent.
He noted Mike Washington had a 91-yard run early in the scrimmage. We hadn't been. We ought to be running circles around the studio here. 91-yard run.
Yeah, but also it's like don't run him into the ground, and
that's why I got him out of there.
Yeah,
but that's a highlight that
but it was against the second team defense.
How far you want to go with pumping that up?
Yeah,
then he had like a 32-yard or 30-something yard run that he.
Monte had a long touchdown.
Yeah, so
but again, all that is against what defense, what unit.
Yeah, the ones played the twos on both sides of the ball early in that scrimmage. Hey, the last holiday weekend of the summer's coming up. So what have you got planned for Labor Day? Backyard barbecue, maybe a trip to the lake. The Labor Day weekend has become a traditional time for family and friends to get together for fun. Sadly, the holiday has also become one of the deadliest times in Arkansas. Drunk drivers endangering themselves and others. We all know it's illegal to drive with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or higher. If you do, the consequences are severe. You'll lose your license. Of course, you go to jail. Court costs, fines, attorney's fees, it all adds up. Plus, you'll be restricted to driving with an ignition interlock, meaning you got to blow into a device just to get your car started and to keep it running down the road. None of that sounds like fun to me. So, and you got to pay for that too. So be smart this final holiday weekend of the summer. None of that sounds like a blast to me. Enjoy the Labor Day weekend, but think before you drink, drive sober, or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Arkansas State Police.
First segment, Style and Swagger, coming up in hour 2 of the Morning Rush.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mother. They're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more. Beef. It's What's for Dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef. It's What's for Dinner.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Our state sales tax paid offer was a big hit. Frankly, we've been too busy selling cars to come up with an inspired replacement. So in my stereotypical artistic procrastination, I just gave up and decided to extend the sale through Labor Day. Just bring in your old ride and get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through Labor Day weekend. Probably. Just know the reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through Labor Day at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
All right, all right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible, overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine, a slight chance of a shower or storm, a high this afternoon into the upper 90s with a heat index near 105. Chance of a few showers and storms tonight, low 70s, and another round of scattered showers and storms on Tuesday. I will be right around the upper 90s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Make sure you're subscribed to the Hit That Line Podcast Network. If you do, the podcast will automatically download to your phone. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to your favorite shows. KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 12 days. Razorback football begins in 12 days.
A lot of talk about, year 2 under Bobby. I guess maybe year 6 under you doesn't sound quite as exciting to the eye, but I guess have you learned anything that I guess, sorry.
Was there a question in there?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the hell are we doing?
Sorry. I guess, is there anything new that you've learned about yourself that you're looking to take into this year? I guess I should just lead with that.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
I think Sam Pittman's just ready for football. Again, poorly worded question there. I think we all are. Finally got it back this week. Arkansas football begins next week, of course, 12 days out. But this is the final week without Razorback football. We have college football. They got a top 25 matchup this week, 11 o'clock on ESPN. Farmageddon, Iowa State against Kansas State, which should be a pretty good matchup between Kleiman's bunch and Campbell's bunch. So I'm excited about that we have football ahead for us this week. We also are debuting a new segment coming up momentarily, Style and Swagger, brought to you by Walker Brothers, which we're really excited about. Got a few other things we want to get into in hour number 2, SEC update, amongst some other things as well.
What are you, more Style or Swagger? Which one are you?
People hear the words Ty Richardson, they just assume both. And that's typically that's typically the response that follows that sarcasm.
You gotta have both.
Oh, man.
Have one, you have to have the other.
Hot Take Monday is brought to you by our friends at the Fence Man, 782-3936. If you want security fencing, privacy fencing, they can do that. And powered automatic gates as well. That's some of the most popular requests they have is security fencing. I want my home to be secure. I want my business to be secure. And I don't want to have the same looking fence that everyone in my subdivision or neighborhood has. Sean, can you take care of me? Yes, the Fence Man can do that for you. 782-3936. They love custom work to make your look stand out. 782-3936 or thefencemanAR.com. the Fitz man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Couple quick headlines before we get into style and swagger concerning SEC stuff. Auburn's retiring Cam Newton's number 2 jersey. That just came out today. And then Ed Ogeron, Eddie O, is wanting to get back into coaching.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
What do you think about Auburn?
I can't do it as well as Orange, but
no, he does it. He does it really good. The Pop-A-Lot commercial.
Retiring the number 2, I think that's good.
Heisman Trophy winner, national champion,
and then the number represents the number of millions he got for playing there.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's perfect.
That is still one of the most laughable lies in history that he turned
was
down.
NIL before it was NIL.
Yeah, that he turned down money to go to Starkville in order to play at Auburn for free. Like, people still expect you to believe that. What was it, 180,000? I think that his dad Cecil Newton was offered, and that we should just believe that out of the good recruiting from Gene Chizik and his staff, and at the time Gus Malzahn, that he elected to go to Auburn.
It paid off
University.
for him, didn't it?
It did. I mean, won a national championship.
Should we cheat?
Beat again. That goes back to the Michigan thing on Friday. Like, there's all these different USC, Michigan, Auburn. What I know, there hasn't been anything that's actually found out about that, but just use common sense there. There are several teams throughout history of college football that they either won a national championship or got close or whatever, that you felt like cheated, and not a lot was done about it. I mean, the only big time punishment that's been divvied out, even Penn State didn't get the death penalty for all the crap that was happening in Happy Valley in State College. And obviously that's different. That's different than whatever else. But it's just like these things that happen throughout specifically college football that you don't feel like the punishment warrants the crime, and people just go about their business. Specifically Michigan, that just happened.
Still just that one word called integrity. Integrity.
Which we have in Fayetteville.
I mean, do you want to win with integrity, Ty? You want to win with integrity. You want to win with style or swagger or integrity? There you go.
Okay.
Look good, feel good, play good. See, you thought that quote was all about sports. It's not. That quote is about you, and it's about life. Because if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you perform good. If you perform good, what comes next?
It's time for Style and Swagger, presented by Walker Brothers. Fine menswear and trusted service. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good.
Look good, feel good, play good. Play good, you already know.
All right, why don't you leave with this one off?
I think style and swagger, he had some of both, but I'll go swagger with Scotty Scheffler this weekend. We've already spoke of the 81-foot chip in on the 17th hole yesterday. I thought the way he went and retrieved his ball from the hole itself, just the slow walk down there, the very calm, very conservative fist pump, not getting too emotional with it. I thought that was some real swagger. It had style, but it was more swagger, a calm confidence in the great look from Scotty Scheffler, the world's number 1 yesterday in the BMW Championship.
My guy that I selected first was Brandon Allen, who continues to make NFL rosters and plays like this.
Shot down the field to the end zone. Helm, touchdown.
So I guess BA is on his 5th team. Broncos, Cincinnati Bengals, San Francisco, and the Titans. I guess his 4th team, but that was a preseason touchdown that he just recently threw. I mean, you just look up and Brandon Allen's on another roster. It's not like he has he just goes about it. He's got a swagger about him. He had it. I mean, think about the beating he took at Arkansas, specifically in that 2012 season. I mean, he just got obliterated each and every game following Tyler's concussion. And then you think about 2013, took a lot of hits in 2013, as well as 2014 too. And then finally had that incredible season in 2015. I've talked to teammates of his. He brought it at Fayetteville High School, brought it at the U of A, and now he's bringing it in Nashville. It's going to be Cam Ward's backup quarterback. And we've seen some injuries for Titans quarterbacks with Tannehill and Levis the last few years. Not wishing this on Cam Ward, but wouldn't be surprised with that offensive line. He got injured, and BA had to step up and bring some swagger for that team as the quarterback. So BA's mine.
All right, let me go some style for my next one. Let's go Mike Washington. Now, we don't have any audio because this happened in a practice, and I thought it was kind of cool style from Sam Pittman to just say, kind of nonchalant yesterday. We may have this quote. We had the one where he just ripped one off for 91 at the beginning of practice. Don't have that one, but he was talking about Mike Washington, had seen enough of him, took him out of the practice because he had nothing left to prove. But pretty good style points for me to go 91 yards, even in a practice, even against the number 2s, kind of set the tone, kind of set the tempo yesterday, or Saturday rather, in Arkansas.
The one of the other things to add to what you're saying is what Petrino said about him last week, that he doesn't really, and I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but he's like, yeah, he doesn't really talk a lot or smile a lot, and he just kind of goes about his business. And there's something to be said about a kid that, again, just leads by example, doesn't have to be the most vocal and everything else, but clearly the number one running back. So you stated earlier, Sam Pittman pulled him out because you already know what you got in him, and hopefully he's going to have a good season ahead. My style for this segment is Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze, it was his birthday today, and is there anyone that had more style than he did in Roadhouse?
You don't look like much to me.
Opinions vary.
You're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash. It was a good night, nobody died.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt. Too many 40-year-old adolescents, felons, power drinkers, and trustees of modern chemistry. You are the bouncers, I am the cooler. All you have to do is watch my back and each other's. Take out the trash.
I don't know if anyone had more style of any movie character out there than the late Patrick Swayze did as Dalton in Roadhouse. Phil had me watch it for halftime homework years ago. I had never seen it till 6-7 years ago, whatever it was. And it's his birthday today. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But, man, he have style. And not just that movie, but several others that he was a part of. But definitely my addition for style and swagger.
How about pointing someone out that didn't have any style this weekend? How about the Cleveland Browns? Let's go with the Cleveland Browns, who signed former Texas wide receiver Isaiah Bond to a deal that's guaranteed for a little over $3 million. Here's the part where they lack style. They did this the day following a grand jury choosing not to indict Bond on a sexual assault charge. Wow. The next day, he signs a deal for a little over $3 million, guaranteed for 3 years for the wide receiver out of Texas. So I want to say lack of style there. No style points for the Cleveland Browns.
I don't know if I have one that doesn't that standing out to me from a player that doesn't have style. I just think the pro stuff from BA, then also again Patrick Swayze's birthday. I'd have to think about someone that I'd maybe watch this weekend that didn't have any
Aaron
style.
Rodgers?
There's always
when we get real games, we'll have plenty of style and no style, swagger, no swagger. Once the season really gets underway. All right, that's style and swagger. Pretty good job, guys, for the inaugural maiden voyage here. It's brought to you by Walker Brothers in Rogers and Fayetteville, also by Bowman's in Little Rock. Real style, it's not an accident. Doesn't happen. You don't have that it factor when you walk into the room. You know those guys where they walk in and they just got it going on. Hair's perfect, but it looks like they had that sport coat or those pair of dress slacks or maybe that Peter Millar golf shirt. Perfectly tailored to give them that style and that swagger. You look good, you dress good, you feel good. And that's what you're going to find at Walker Brothers. Again, Rogers, Fayetteville, and Bowman's in Little Rock. Every jacket, every shirt, every shoe is hand-selected for men who understand the power of a good impression. You only get one chance to make that first impression. So for big meetings to special occasions, at Walker Brothers, they're going to ensure that you arrive with a quiet confidence and a respected presence. You know what they say, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. Walker Brothers and Bowman's Fine Clothing. Your life, your style, your store.
I guess if I had to say one without, I'm just going to say this for the SEC update, but I might as well get it out. The number one linebacker recruit in the class, I think 2026, Isaiah Williams, he's flipped to, guess how many schools he's been committed to in his recruitment process?
6.
He's just flipped from number 6.
Number 6. All right.
Ole Miss to Florida State. He's been committed to several other stops, and he's, again, on his 6th school. Now, again, he's a 5-star kid, number one linebacker in all the country, so people will deal with stuff like this a little more because of his talent and everything else. But I hesitate to say that you're going to see this pop up all the time because I still think this is going to be rare. And maybe it's me wishing and hoping it's going to be rare. But that just, to me, does not necessarily scream style and swagger when you're committed to your 6th school in the recruiting process out of high school.
You brought up Patrick Swayze. Which today I know he's been gone about 15 years or so. You said today was his birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Most famous movie. When I think of him, I either think of Ghost.
Passed away in 2009.
Okay, so 16 years. Ghost or Dirty Dancing, right?
No.
Those had to be the best style movies for Patrick Swayze.
Pretty good in Red Dawn, too. That was
I like
the
that.
old,
That was one of my favorite growing up movies.
The old Red Dawn
Yeah.
was fantastic. But I just, when you think about...
That was like 1983, somewhere in there.
What, him, Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez... Was there anyone else noteworthy in that movie?
Don't remember the Russians that invaded a Seattle community. It was it was a perfect Cold War movie.
The new one was terrible. The new one would don't waste your time on the new Red Dawn. The old one was really cool. And I forget what they say at the end when he's holding up the machine gun. And it's an iconic quote. I just can't think of it at the moment. But yes, that is very much a.
Was it Red Dawn? I love that movie as a kid, and then War Games.
Mm-hmm.
So those were two of my favorite, early teen movies,
in 1980s, kind
mid
of
80s type stuff,
right in that wheelhouse. And that, now War Games,
Matthew Broderick,
and
I wanted to say Ferris Bueller. We watched Ferris Bueller this weekend.
Not Elizabeth Shue. Who is the actress? It's Ali Sheehy. I think that's who it was. Ali Sheehy and Matthew Broderick that were in that movie as well. He's Swayze. You didn't say Dirty Dancing. You didn't have.
No, I said Dirty Dancing or Ghost.
Okay.
With Demi Moore in her prime.
Can't say I can't say Ghost. Is that a movie I need to watch?
You hadn't seen Ghost?
What is that about?
Demi Moore. Patrick. Well, I mean,
Wolverines. Thank you. Sorry.
Patrick Swayze dies early in this movie. He was murdered. Demi Moore was his fiance, girlfriend.
Okay.
And then he comes back as a ghost, and Whoopi Goldberg's in the movie. It's a really good show. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it.
Point Break's also a good one.
He comes back. It's a revenge type plot. It's a good one.
Thank you, Rich in Huntsville, and a guy from Harrison. Wolverines is what they said. Now, Hog Wild says Roadhouse is extremely overrated. I
don't think it's I don't think it's in his top three.
You said Ghost. You said
Dirty Dancing's one.
And then what are you put Red Dawn?
I put Point Break or Red Dawn there. Point Break's really good too.
I just love Roadhouse. I'd have to put that in his top three. But either way, he had style and swagger, not just in that movie, but a bunch of different movies. All right, I mentioned some SEC storylines. Coach Ed Orgeron trying to get back into coaching. Cam Newton's jersey is going to be retired for the Auburn Tigers. We'll get into more stuff coming up here in your SEC update as we continue on a Hot Take Monday edition of the Morning Rush.
You said you and Diva are OGs, old guys?
Like OGs, yeah. Like,
what did you mean? I'm sorry, I'm not that hip.
Nah, that's pretty much what I meant.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you.
This is the Morning Rush. Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Looking for the perfect gift that's personal and powerful? The Solid Rock has you covered. From custom laser engraved cutting boards and coasters to travel mugs and keepsakes. Each piece is made with care and personalized just for your special occasion. Whether it's a wedding, birthday, anniversary, or just because. They help you give gifts that inspire. Engraved with names, scriptures, or messages that honor Christ. Shop the Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th and Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, serving the River Valley for over 49 years.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
90 years. That's how long the Hug family has been a part of this town. Through dust bowls, downturns, and drive-thrus, we've been right here, selling trucks to grandfathers and now their grandkids. Because it isn't just about cars, it's about connection. We're proud to still be your local GM dealership after all these years. Hug Chevrolet GMC, since the beginning, still right here.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the toughest there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
I think it starts with Taylon Green and his decision making, and then it kind of goes down to the offense line of giving time for Taylon. And then from there, you know, I have ultimate trust in the wide receivers that we have in our tight ends. And it's obviously starts up front, and then Taylon taking care of the right reads. We're a lot better. I really don't know exactly what to pinpoint it. Maybe the leadership, maybe us coming back for the second year, but yeah, it's exciting offense. You guys are going to really enjoy it.
That was Arkansas guard Fernando Carmona Jr. talking about this upcoming offense for this season. Where do you think Arkansas's unit on offense ranks in the Southeastern Conference? Top 10, top 8, top 5? I mean, where are they going to rank offensively and scoring this year?
At the end of the year?
Yeah, just
in conference games or all games?
Yeah, conference games in the SEC.
Oh, conference games only. I think they'll rank somewhere around 10th. All games, probably not a lot different.
Well,
8 or 9,
I
maybe.
think so. That's an important note because we've talked about the season that Talen's had close to Ryan Mallett. We've talked about the QBR and some other elements that he got better at. But the majority of his big time games, and I'm hoping this changes in 2025. But a lot of those big stat games skewed what he did against some elite SEC competition, as what we've talked about with the turnovers from the defense. Like 2 of those games, 10 turnovers. So what you're hoping is that when you look up at the end of the year, at the tail end of November, hopefully following a win against Missouri, that Arkansas's unit not only ranks offensively within like the top 6, top 7, but also Talon has some of his better games against, again, elite SEC competition, which you're going to have to do on the road 4 times this fall.
You feel like they're going to be able to run the ball, not only with Talon running it, but they're really high on Mike Washington, and this offensive line has a quiet confidence about it. I'll believe it when I see it in Oxford because we've been told this before. So I feel like I'm rightful to be skeptical on the O-line play, but I mean, people I trust, people like Clay Henry, who's watched Mike Washington run, says this guy's different. So I believe they've got some options in running the ball. I'm not sold yet on how they're going to get the ball downfield in the passing game yet.
Do we need to change the countdown from 12 to 26 days?
Well, I mean, does it really count what they do in games 1 and 2 versus? Because your question was conference games only.
Yeah.
They could go out and beat Alabama A&M 70-0.
As they did with UAPB last year.
Right.
Basically.
So, I mean, it's a 70 burger. It's going to help your numbers overall. It's not the same as a non-conference game that, Alabama's going to play Florida State. Texas is going to play Ohio. They're not going to score 70 in those type of games.
Which I'm glad that this is not a setup like it was, say, when you opened up against Cincinnati or you're opening up like some of these marquee games are doing. You kind of, again.
And those schools will have those kind of games on their schedule later on. I get it. Yeah. It'll all balance out. But Arkansas's got Notre Dame and Memphis. I don't know if it adds up necessarily to what some of the other schools have, particularly like a Florida, who's got probably the toughest non-conference schedule known to man just because of their in-state requirements. But, nonetheless, if you can get to somewhere around 8 in conference games only in point production, I think you got a chance to get to 8 in the win column too.
Let me ask you about that. So, non-conference wise, and you correct me if I'm wrong on this, Arkansas picks when their non-conference games are in the season, correct? And then the SEC fills in the blanks. You pick what week your non-conference game is, and the SEC fills in the blanks.
You turn that in. You have contracts. You send it to the league office, and they work around it. Yeah,
correct. So, is there a reason that you don't schedule like Auburn or Alabama do the week before their game? You don't schedule a cupcake at the tail end of the year. Like, what is Arkansas? What is Sam Pittman? What is Hunter Yurchek's? What is their rationale for not putting one of those cupcake games at the tail end of the year?
I can't speak for what they're thinking, but if I was in Hunter Yurchek's shoes and the administration shoes, who ultimately makes those decisions in concert with the coach, if the season's not going well and you're playing a no-name opponent that late in the year, you're setting yourself up for a problem. Number one, if that team's hotter than you planned when you put it on the schedule, number one. And number two, you're going to have nobody at the game. I mean, nobody. And you need a crowd there to sell concessions, to sell merchandise, to not look silly on TV. So there's a risk if you play a no-name opponent late in the year and your season's not above expectations. How many butts are going to be in the stands?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not many.
That makes sense. I'm just looking. There's a week. What would that? 13 or 14? Because I guess you got 2 byes this year. That you have the Eastern Illinois, you have the Mercers, you have games like that of little to no consequence right before the big dog game, which is the final week of the season. I can't think of a time. Well, I say can't think of a time. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that, but you just pointed out maybe why you don't go about that when it comes to setting up. One of the non-conference teams you will play this season is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on September the 27th. They're still trying to figure out their quarterback, Tommy. Marcus Friedman talked about them still being in competition this weekend. That is one of the, I think, the encouraging things. I was looking, like Joey Aguilar recently named starting quarterback for Tennessee. So you've got a new quarterback against Ole Miss, new quarterback against Tennessee, new quarterback against Notre Dame, and I'm talking about on their side. Yeah. New quarterback for Auburn, new quarterback like in totality for Texas and Arch Manning, and a new quarterback in Missouri. Wow. So that's 5. Now, they're marquee teams, and they could probably win without a stellar performance from their quarterback, but that's a lot of quality teams you'll play this fall that is heading into year 1 of their guy.
I can't see that all the way across the room, but you've got the master schedule. Doesn't Tennessee have their bye the same week Arkansas?
Yep.
I thought I remembered that. So no real edge after you play 5 games, bye, go to Tennessee. You know, you'd like to catch Tennessee coming off, I don't know, the Alabama game or something meaningful, but that's not the case.
But here's so that is something we always look at, right?
I think that is a winnable game, Ty.
Yeah, Aguilar, like the fact they just named him the starter.
Yeah.
We're 2 weeks out. But I know it's a later process.
You're not going to, if there's a true battle, you're not going to name the starter week in either. I mean, I don't know what you were expecting.
Based on Tennessee people that I've talked to, no, I don't know if they're 100% sold on Aguilar being a major difference maker. Now, that team has enough talent where they can still be at home in Neyland in mid-afternoon or night without a stellar, like I said, a stellar performance.
Well, he was never plan A.
Yeah, Nico was. And then Nico jumped ship.
Right. So he was never plan A.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you would expect him to name a starter any sooner than what they've done. You had to have a real competition there
just to see how it panned out. You presented something that I think we've talked about a little bit, but I want to readdress here. So while Tennessee and you have a bye week prior to you, Ole Miss plays Kentucky the week before. Notre Dame has some marquee games with Miami and also Texas A&M. I think they have Boise State the following week.
Wow.
A&M the week before they play you. They've got Florida in College Station, which could be a team of consequence. You look at when you play Auburn the week before, they'll play Missouri. Mississippi State, I think, has Texas the week before they play you. I've talked numerous times. Texas plays Georgia the week before, A&M the week after. You're sandwiched right in between. I love where that falls in the schedule. I guess it is kind of like the SEC. You should expect to have a team the week before play a quality opponent. But also LSU plays Alabama and Tuscaloosa the week before. So we'll see how they're feeling coming off that game. That is something we've talked about in the LSU series before, is more often than not, they played Alabama the week before they played you, which I think has helped you in some cases when you beat those guys.
That can cut both ways. So, I mean, it's about, at this point for this team, it's about staying healthy, not testing the depth. I mean, we already talked about depth at running back, depth on the defensive line. There's some thin spots that, even though you hadn't had a lot of injuries, that are the quality is emerging, that you don't have a ton of depth there. So it's about getting through these games, getting through your first 5 games and being pretty well intact, and then we'll, rest up and go at it again in Tennessee.
Well, speaking of LSU, we mentioned this earlier. Ed Ogeron is looking to get back into coaching. Apparently he has the itch, recently shared on Part of My Take. Apparently he'd even be open to an assistant job as well. You think he gets back in the SEC? Or do you think it's elsewhere first?
Here's what's diminished Eddie O is he was known as a hell of a recruiter. And there's still a place for that. But now the recruiting's done short-term portal. Can he be as effective in this portal world? I don't think there's a head coaching job waiting on him. Could he be a defensive coordinator? Could he be a defensive line coach? I think there's a program out there that put him to work in this league because he is known for his ability to get talent on campus. Now, that was pre-portal world, pre-rev share world. How effective would he be in today's world, where things are done in a vacuum in December? I think he'd be someone you should talk to.
At least talk to. Last thing here in your SEC update, we mentioned this earlier. Cam Newton is getting his jersey retired at Auburn. They just put out a video recently. Andy in Mountain Home texting in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Auburn can retire that cheating rent-a player, but Hogs can't retire D-Mac. Come on, man. Is that the best? I saw someone put this out. Is that the best financial investment for any college football program in the country?
180
ever?
was a lot of money that back then. 180 won't even get you a starter now in the SEC.
Can you imagine if you told fans, like, hey, we just need 180 to 200,000 for this one quarterback, and we'd go on to win a national championship?
Well,
I know that team had Nick
hindsight's
Fairley.
2020.
I know that that was back in Gus's heyday when he was just cooking with plays. But I remember I think Philip Lutzenkirchen passed away, if I remember that right. But it's not like that team, when you think about that team, yes, Fairley was an unbelievable defensive lineman. Cam was one of the best one-year quarterbacks we've ever seen in college football history. And that it was an SEC quality team, but it's not like they were a 2019 LSU or a 2020 Alabama. I mean, he really put that team on his entire back and led them to a national championship. And I know Arkansas got screwed when they were down there in 2010 on the Plains, as we often do, but that was a heck of a football team.
All right, that's your SEC update. It's brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Finding the right financing option to remodel your current home or build a brand new one is easier than ever when you stop by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. There's 25 locations. Let their experts guide you from start to finish, or you can log on to myaglender.com to see all of the financing options they offer. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas, making family dreams come true for more than 100 years.
So Sam Pittman, I think it was Tom Murphy that asked him a question, and he was kind of joking with Tom a little bit about this.
You know how media, certainly not Arkansas media, but some media can make a mountain out of a molehill. Not us.
I was cracking. Tom was asking me, I think, about assistant coaches and the interview process and getting a chance to talk with him, if I remember that correctly. So the question stemming from that answer is this from me. What have we made too much out of? Like, what have we made a mountain out of a molehill, something that's been said, something that we've seen? And then what have we not talked about enough as we're 12 days out?
And I don't know if it's a mountain. Maybe it's a hill out of a molehill. But I think we've made too much of Taylon Green in second year with Bobby Petrino.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, and here's why I say that. Again, how much of your wide receivers production is back from last year? Like, negative yards, right? You got nobody back. You've got a rebuilt offensive line where you have a few starters back, but you got a lot of transfer players in there. Mike Washington's new. Yes, Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green are together for another year, and that's important. But all the pieces around it that are going to make the other 10 around it, well, not all 10, but a lot in large part. New tight ends, couple new offensive linemen, new center, Mike Washington running back, Russell's back, AJ Green, but I think we've overstated, made a mountain out of that molehill a little bit. That it's the second year, it's a big leap forward. Well, I think that'd be true if you had a lot of those other players in the second year with Bobby
Petrino. If Tesla
Petrino
was back, if Armstrong was back,
right?
If Satania,
that would be huge.
Okay, here would be.
But that's been on repeat in the offseason. Fair.
Yes.
Okay.
No question. It's been said 100,000,000 times, whatever. Here would be my overreaction, and here would be something that I don't know if we've laid into enough. I think the mountain out of the molehill is the flip side, is talking about the defense. I don't know if we've given Travis Williams enough credit for the first 2 years. And I know people point to statistics and stuff based on the passing defense and everything else, and people say, well, they lost all this on defense, and they did. But you saw what they lost in the linebacker room last year, and they might have even been better. I don't know if we've given him enough credit the last 2 years where he doesn't have the same talent level production as what's in Baton Rouge, Tuscaloosa, or Athens and other places. And yet that defense, there's only like 1 or 2 games a year that they have eliminated you from winning the game. Like you just had no chance to win the game because the defense didn't show up that day. So again, what I'm saying is I think we've made too much out of what they've lost on defense, and I think they're going to put you in situations and games that you can win if the offense takes even the slightest step forward. I think what hasn't, and I know that schedule has been talked about, and I know Florida technically ranks as a tougher SEC schedule by a lot of metrics. I just think we're going to look back potentially at this year and what I think is possibly going to be a better football team, and the schedule didn't allow them to be that based on the non-conference games. I know what you have in the SEC. I get that. But the way that you set up your non-conference schedule in conjunction to what you already knew you were going to have to deal with in the Southeastern Conference, I don't know if we've hit on that enough on how that team is going to derail potentially the team being better than what I think they were last year.
But I don't think you were planning on Memphis being a 10-game winner when you put them on the schedule. I don't think, some of these things, you plan 4 and 5 and 7 and 8 years out. And then what you think you're getting isn't what you get at all when it comes time. You don't turn down Notre Dame. What was this? It was supposed to have gone there in 20. Michigan bought that game out. This is 25. And I guess, was it 2029 is the scheduled?
I think it's
2028 is the scheduled return trip. But and that wasn't even supposed to be there. And that game may not happen in the end at all because if conference games expand. So, we act like it's a new conversation that Arkansas has a tough schedule. We go on and on. We go on and on. Exactly, Big C. And we don't even have Alabama on the schedule anymore.
Or Georgia.
So now Texas is in large part replaced Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty even trade as far as difficulty there.
Okay. All right. Because I'm not going to buy the narrative that was written by Ralph Russo that asking the question, are they a new Alabama?
No, I'm just saying the difficulty on your schedule didn't ease up any when Texas came on and Alabama rolled off.
Isn't that crazy?
Especially with the timing of Saban leaving.
Right.
And like you're saying. Because
Saban leaves and then we don't play him.
Yep.
We don't
you
play
lose.
You really think, though, that you've had a team to beat Alabama? I know some others have, and they didn't have their standard, but Arkansas hadn't been a better. Arkansas last year wasn't a better football team than Alabama.
No.
So I mean,
You would've lost
even
again
if you played them, I don't think you'd have had a better outcome.
What would that have been? The 19th or 20th straight loss to the Crimson Tide?
You don't know until you play. But in the end, you got Texas and you lose Alabama. I think that's pretty well washed right now.
We can talk about how annoying the Missouri and Texas A&M outcomes have been since 2012, but the most glaring stat since 2007 is that you have not beaten Alabama. Yeah. You won't play them this year. You will play them next year and the following year. But that is like Tennessee finally beat Nick Saban. That I think it was 2 years prior to him retiring, but you never beat him in Tuscaloosa. Just not even once. Like even Mississippi State and Sylvester Croom beat him in 2007.
Guy from Harrison, though, points out on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Well, Vanderbilt beat Bama. We didn't have a chance to.
Yeah,
true point.
Listen, when it's like when Saban gets up there on McAfee on Friday and said, "Oh, there's tough place to play in the SEC except for here in Nashville," and then they beat them. They bring the goalpost to the Cumberland River, and it's a night.
You got a Western omelet on your face. Yeah. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort. Talk about the Labor Day weekend coming up. No better place to sit back, relax, and watch a ton of college football. Well, here's what I do. I'd call Gaston's today, 870-431-5202. Talk to Cheryl or Jacob or any of the great folks there at the reservation desk. Say, here's what I want to do. Saturday, August 30th, I want to go out and I want to fish from 8 a.m. to noon. I want to be back in my room by noon, and then you can catch that early wave of games. Won't miss much. And then watch football all afternoon. Get your dinner reservations somewhere around that 5:36 range. And, and then head down to the restaurant, watch a little football in the background, then head back to your cabin. And then you can fish again Sunday morning when it's all over and get back home on Monday sometime. Football Sunday night as well. So great place to go Labor Day weekend is Gaston's White River Resort. You can do football, you can do fishing, and you can have a great family memory that will last forever. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time, every time.
I wish I could do something for you, but there's not a lot I can do.
Well, then you're just in for an ass whooping then. How big a boy are you?
This is the Morning Rush.
That's a touchdown. That was a good run by him, Keith.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas. More than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice spec.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
They say choice is the ultimate luxury, and now it's yours with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic Box, loaded with lavish classics, the $7 Supreme Box, packed with decadent faves, or the $9 Discovery Box, now featuring the indulgent cheesy street chalupas. That's Lux. For less. The $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
Go summers living on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
You don't always win your first bet. That's why MyBookie has you covered. Use our code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and your first bet up to $500 is fully covered. If your pick doesn't hit, you get it right back with our Bet Back bonus. Go to mybookie.ag and use the code HOGS to claim your Bet Back bonus. MyBookie's where bettors win together because bragging's good, but cashing in is better. And your first bet is fully covered. Use our code HOGS.
Got a little jingle.
709 Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Hardee's invites you to fill your days with a little more handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch biscuits, baked fresh every 15 minutes. Crispy chicken tenders made with hand-breaded care. 100% Angus beef patties, freshly charbroiled, built to order. And warm smiles every day, from sunrise to supper time. Because at Hardee's, there's always goodness in the making. Exclusions may apply by time of day.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Monte Harrison's showing up on a Saturday scrimmage, and he shows up every day, but he seems to make big plays in scrimmages, which is really good to see. And Mike Washington seems to, in live ball, he seems to make long runs. Today happened to be a 91. I think his second run today was maybe 32 or something like that.
Based on how much they've been talking about Mike Washington in the offseason, I'm really curious what his over-under total is going to be rushing yards for the first game against a Alabama A&M defense. Then I'm going to guess that not only him, but the other parts of the offense will have a lot of success on day one coming up here in 12 days.
Yeah, and it's all going to boil down to not getting anybody injured these first couple of games, getting through these next 12 days of practice and prep. I think a lot of the heavy lifting's done. He talked about the mock game next week. They'll just stud up. So I don't think they're going to take a lot of unnecessary risk over the next 12 days before you get to the first game.
You pointed out something that I thought was also intriguing as well. The fact that he was like, yeah, we just pulled Mike. We know what we got in him, and Braylon got some. I'm curious, though. So I haven't heard a lot said about A.J. Green in the offseason. I know he transferred back in from Oklahoma State. Rodney Hill's there at well. I know Braylon Russell, we've heard of plenty of things around him, but I'm curious to just kind of see what that running back rotation looks like and if they change it up at anything from Jaquindon Jackson last year.
Hey, it's hay season right now. I know it's dry, but there's no time to waste and no time for equipment that can't keep up. You need gear that works as hard as you do. That's why farmers trust WT equipment and Vermeer foraged tools. For mowers to balers, Vermeer equipment is built tough. It will perform in the field. It won't let you down. And it's backed by support you can count on. WT equipment will help you find the right tools for the job and keep them running strong all hay season long. 7 locations with WT equipment: Berryville, Springdale, Searcy, McGehee, Jonesboro, Pocahontas, and Rayville, Louisiana. There's a WT equipment, I promise, not very far from where you're at right now, and they're ready to help you get the job done. Stop by your local WT equipment today or visit them online at WTEquip.com. Vermeer, because your hay doesn't wait.
She had some things happen this past weekend here at Arkansas. You had the scrimmage we've talked about. We had our annual football trip of a lifetime 20th giveaway. Congrats to Tyler Spears and Cody Taylor. Tommy, I know you and I didn't go, but I did see some listeners go to the Savannah Bananas and Party Animals thing. What kind of feedback did maybe? That's more of like your audience age because of you have kids. Yeah. I don't know how much your 2 kids would like that, but it seems like that was more of a family event that maybe you heard some things about. It's the
modern-day Globetrotters of baseball, right? I mean, I didn't make it out, but tickets were hard to find, and if you found some on the secondary market, they were expensive. It's quick sellout, so I think that it was good for the university to have that. I didn't get much feedback other than just like you. I saw pictures on social media from friends and coworkers and people that did go. I had a few people ask me for tickets, so I know
I did too. And I was like, yeah, we don't.
I didn't have any, so I wish I had because they were in demand. So it's been a hot day to be at the ballpark, but I think it was worth it for those that went. So looked like they had fun.
Yeah, some Arkansas connections. I guess Peyton Hillis suited up for the Party Animals. Drake Toll, who's from Bologna, is their broadcaster, and then also our friend Brennan Dooley was third base ump.
Well, good for him.
Game. I don't know if it was Saturday or Friday or Saturday, but just some Arkansas connections from this weekend in Baum-Walker Stadium.
Oh,
it was
fun.
And that's been they've done it in Nissan. They've done it in a lot of different places. And they've done it in other baseball ballparks as well. But based on the feedback that I saw, it seemed like that people went and had a really good time. That's like you said, more kid-oriented event.
Yeah. Hey, if you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, it's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. The Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
And we've been playing some Sam Pittman audio this morning. You got T-Will today and then Petrino tomorrow. And I think that concludes the assistant coaches stuff. So we'll have some more conversation on the defensive side of the football and then also offense as well.
And it's not commonplace everywhere you get to hear from the coordinators twice. So this will be the second go-around and probably the final time we hear from T-Will and Bobby P. Before maybe postseason. It's just rare that you get those guys. Not saying it won't happen, but it would. I wouldn't say it'd be scheduled at any point.
Yeah, and you'll get a chance to hear starting this Wednesday, Sam Pittman every single Wednesday, with the exception of 1 or 2 dates that are blacked out because of buys or whatever else. But Sam Pittman live begins this Wednesday as well. So again, everyone's trying to kind of get back in sync for football season. We've talked about it.
School week starts today too.
Final week without Arkansas football.
You think parking's a mess up there right now?
Oh, it was bad. Think about this. It was awful when I was there from 2013 to 2017. Enrollment then was, I think, 25,000. They've added, I think, around an extra 10 just undergrad. And it's not like they've added 10,000 extra parking spots. So I always encourage, listen, you don't always have to heed my advice on everything I say, but I would encourage to any family, like dads, moms, grandpas, grandmas, if you take away anything from this radio show, take away this. Get your kid, if you trust them, a scooter. Now, my dad made me wear a helmet, but for $1,100, it was the best. It is still the best investment that I've ever made because the parking pass is only $60. Gas is $3 every 2 weeks. Maybe it's like 4 now, but it was easily, Tommy, the best investment I've.
And can't you drive it to the front door of the building?
It's the parking is so much better on campus. In a scooter. It is so much better. But yeah, I did see, it's always cool because I still remember us taking the class of 2013 pick way back 12 years ago, but they posted the class of 2029 pick, I guess, last night or yesterday or whatever it was. That always just kind of brings me back a little bit.
That's cool. Hey, the Inn at the Mill's getting ready for football season. If you haven't made your reservations for the home weekends you plan to attend in Fayetteville, now's the time. Go to the Inn at the Mill, inatthemill.com, 479-443-1800. Jennifer and the team will get you fixed up with a great reservation for the weekend and an oversized suite, great breakfast to start the day, and a convenient location just off the Johnson exit. That's exit 69 off I-49, close to everything in Northwest Arkansas. 443-1800, or again online at inatthemill.com.
All right, so we close down the show today. I want you two to react to two things, and you tell me which is more surprising. A woman got engaged to an AI chatbot after dating for 5 months, or 54% of adults say that they're drinking alcohol, which is a 90-year record low. Which is more surprising? That only about 50% of the country is drinking. That's of age, or that a woman gets engaged to an AI chatbot here in 2025.
I'd say it's more surprising the low drinking.
Okay.
Your generation is drinking less.
Going out less, staying in more. Kind of lame. I don't understand it.
This whole dry January thing.
Yeah, that it's expanded. The AI chatbot one is interesting.
That's normal in today's
But
world.
I guess I shouldn't be
How do you
surprised
date a chatbot? I can barely get the information I need out of one. How maybe it is like dating. Very silent, one-way conversation.
You get the silent
the cold
treatment
shoulder,
when you
the cold keyboard.
when you put it in a message and it just kind of does and it doesn't actually send you back, or it just doesn't do
Will
anything.
a chatbot
whatsoever.
argue with you?
Probably, if you get it agitated. I would guess it's very similar in that case. We had our first edition of Style and Swagger brought to you by Walker Brothers. You want to listen to that? It will be in the Bud Light Morning Rush podcast around with the rest of our other hot takes here on a Hot Take Monday. Coming up, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C, got you with halftime. Colton's going to be back fully tomorrow. I know he's going to help out halftime a little later on as well. So for Tommy and Christian, I'm Ty. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, the final week without Arkansas football. We finally have college football this weekend.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Protect what matters most with the Fenceman. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fenceman's got Fort Smith covered. The Fenceman has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fenceman. Call 479-782-3936.